World leaders, you're standing at the edge of a cliff. I ask that you please lean over, look down, and tell me what you see. Because if you see beauty in war, death, chaos, then this recording is probably pointless, or you may as well turn it off now. But if you're troubled by what you see, take a deep breath and lend me an ear for a moment. I have some things I'd like to share with you. You know, what I find to be one of the greatest human tragedies is the number of people that have been killed over the ages because of a handful of leaders that couldn't get along. I mean, if you stand back and look at it, on the outside, it seemed that humans were evolving. We hadn't had any major wars in over half a century. That shows evolution. That shows a maturity in spirit, that you realize the value of life and the value of peace. And for the last 2,500 years, at least, we've had an entity on this planet near solid. One city that was so bent on controlling the world. One city that took it upon themselves to deny and defy Almighty God and His Word. Pedophiles and murder, genocide, slavery. Slavery is part of human history, but not all were so hideous and cruel just because they could be. And I don't know your characters. I do know that you're playing roles. Roles that were foretold long ago. Whether you choose to believe or not has a little validity on truth, doesn't it? I mean, children grow up believing in Santa Claus and Easter bunnies. In different cultures, there's different little deceptions that people play on children. And then they grow up and they find out that it's not real. And some children are devastated. And because of this one city and their crimes against humanity, some people just stopped believing in anything altogether, and they couldn't believe in God, because what kind of God would allow a city like that to represent it? He didn't, and He doesn't. No matter how much they believe a lie is to be true, it will never be truth. And no matter how many truths they believe to be lies, the truth will never be a lie. The armies have gathered. The prophecies are clear. I'm hoping that whatever demons may have taken a hold in your militaries, in your mind, in your house, whatever, that you're able to shake free from it and not take the bait. Don't embrace the hate. Those bad thoughts, warring thoughts, it can only take up shop if you embrace it, if you resist it. You have a chance of proving that human beings can evolve into something more than warmongering beings. Some leaders in this world manage to psychologically put themselves so far up above that they see their people as cattle and forget that they too are human. And you embrace these demons, and you prove everything ugly, everything unevolved about humans. You have the ability, the opportunity to show something different to the powers that be. And I hate to break it to you, but you're not the powers that be. Climb up out of that box and stand back and take a look. Take a look up at the sky. They will not allow another nuclear bomb to be dropped in this world. They will not allow this beautiful planet to be damaged anymore by the parasites that dwell upon her. And either you prove to be worthy stewards of the earth, worthy of living on this planet, or you will cease to live on this planet. Do you understand? I'm seeking a different outcome for humans. I'm seeking a different outcome in general, that people evolve, that they don't take this bait from these dark forces that just want to show how unevolved we are, how unevolved the leaders of this nation and in this world are. You can resist all the way up into the last hour. You can change and you can resist. But it's written that if a zebra could change its stripes or a leopard its spots, so too an evil person could change their ways. You're the only one who knows if you're evil and if you're consumed with hate. If there's a battle going on inside of you, then that's your spirit trying to resist demons. Cast them out and breathe. You're in a very, very powerful position right now, and all eyes are on you. And you know, it's difficult when the momentum of something is pushing you along, and you get caught up in the frenzy, and you're convinced that this is the only way things can go. This is how it has to play out. And when you're convinced, 100% convinced, that this is the way it has to go and it must go forward, I have found personally that that's when you put on the brakes. You stand back and you take another look. More often than not, you'll find that you were blinded by the momentum and that you may have failed to perceive things accurately. The armies of heaven have gathered. This is not a stage to be bent on war. I'm asking you to stand back and take a better look, gentlemen, because while you were barreling towards that cliff with your blinders on, you might have missed something. Now, I'm here to try to save you from the trap. You know, a truly evolved being can stand back and say, wow, I made a mistake. And just own it. We are human. We are evolving until the day we die. We are learning. And if we're not making mistakes, we're not learning. If we're not out there trying, we're not learning. But war is never the answer unless you are under personal threat of attack. Unless there is an army barreling down on you. War is never the answer. But being peaceable doesn't mean being a doormat. I would seek the path to peace. And I know that the armies have gathered. And I don't want to see children dying. I don't want to see them crying in the streets. The Lord has returned. That is an army you cannot defeat. And to even think to try would be suicide. So, on behalf of all people, I'm asking you, please, do it out of wisdom, not out of fear, not out of weakness. Make wise choices for the people that you are responsible for leading. And should you take this advice and consider a different path, flip it on the people and try something new. Try ruling from a place of love, Make your people love you. Not because they have to, but because they do. Because you're good. Because you're kind. Because you're considerate. Because you just realized that maybe you were leaving the wrong legacy. Maybe you want to do something different just for the sake of evolution. You've experienced things one way, now you can experience things another. Evolve. You're missing the picture, gentlemen. You're missing your purpose. Grow, evolve, and show them that humans are capable of being better than what we've been in the past. If you hear anything that I'm saying to you, and it speaks to your core, to your spirit, listen to that voice, not the one in your brain and the ones whispering in your ear. Your brain is not your friend. It's a jailer. Pride and ego and all those things, they just nest there and wait for a chance to consume you. You have to resist them. You must resist them, else prove the inability to evolve. Because why would we go backwards? Do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And the right thing to do is never provoke or encourage unnecessary bloodshed. Unrighteous bloodshed on innocent people will never go well in the end. God bless you, the spirit of understanding. Seek wisdom, and may your ears be open to her guidance. God is real. Almighty God, the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel. He's real, and he's not very pleased right now with the way his people have been treated. He oppressed those who became the target 500 years ago by that city because they were the true Hebrew people. The Lord is very displeased with what's happened to his people. And if I were you, I would do everything I could to distance myself from all connections to that city. Seek the path to peace. Seek life. Because if death is on your agenda, then death is what you shall find. Death is what you shall find. You reap what you sow. Sow kindness.